Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I don't have much to say in this intro, but every single book from Mariana Zapatas that I've read, I end up filming. So Underlock is the 5th Mariana Zapata book that I will be reading ever, and I feel like I'm just filming her whole backlist. I'm just gonna update you guys at certain percent marks. I don't know when that will be, but I will update you when I can. I also don't really know what this one's about. I'm pretty sure there's a tattoo shop involved. Dobby's chewing his bone. In Culty, they went to a tattoo shop that this guy works for, I think. So like Culty and this one are related. Not related. They're kind of connected, like same world. I'm gonna start reading right now. Okay, I didn't even really go over my thought. Did my boob just show up? I don't know. I didn't really even go over my like initial thoughts. Every single Mariana Zapata book is like 4 or 5 stars. I love her writing. I love the slow burn. I always end up falling hard for the main female character. I think they're so powerful and unique and different. I love them. She does a really good job differentiating all of her characters' voices. Like they all are different. Have high expectations to like the girl, but for some reason I'm not really excited to read this book. Like I love Mariana Zapata and I want to read it really bad, but I don't know why. It's just this weird feeling where I'm like, I don't really want to read this right now, but I'm so excited to. I'm still gonna do it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hi. Oh, come here. Okay, I meant to update you guys. I am on page 82, which is chapter 8. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not loving this one, but because of this, I looked up some reviews on Goodreads just to kind of see like the first few, because usually those don't have spoilers. So I looked them up and a lot of people agreed with me. The main female of this book, Iris, she's such a pushover, and everything that she does, she's doing for other people, or like she won't stand up for herself. Locke, or Dex, is just a bully. I'm all for enemies to lovers, but this is like bullies to lovers, and I don't like it. I don't like how rude he is to her. Dex is not just grumpy, he's grumpy and mean. Like he's not... Dobby, can you not chew your bone? Okay, well Dobby's chewing his bone, so you're gonna hear that in the background. But it was also apparently the first book she like published, like her first book. So maybe I'm just pointing stuff out that like she knew, and she's gonna like, that's why she's had better books in my opinion, because this was her first one. There is a part of a motorcycle club, but she wanted to get out of Florida, I believe, where she grew up. So she moved in with her half brother who was in this motorcycle club. She needed a job, so she got a job at this tattoo shop, and the tattoo shop's owner is Dex, who is the bully. He's mean, but he's also kind of like mad. The only really like real interactions we've gotten from them is when he's mad at her for walking to the car herself, and she's done that twice, like by herself, like in the dark. It's night, and he's like, why'd you do that? I'm like, that's what you're getting annoyed at? You just yelled at her in the office for something stupid and called her an idiot. Like, be nice. I'm not like in any rush to finish this book. I want to finish it maybe by this weekend, so I've got a few days, so. Hello. I'm here to update you guys on Underlock. I am a little bit past halfway now. I'm enjoying it. Not as much as other Mariana Zapata books, but a lot more than I was a few days ago. I feel like Mariana Zapata does a really good job with her female characters, but Iris just isn't my favorite. She's super sweet. She's one of the sweetest characters like you'll ever read. She's always putting other people first, super, super humble, like really sweet and gentle and caring, but she like is a complete pushover. And I already mentioned that in the last clip, so let's talk about some stuff that I do like, okay? I wrote a note on it. We've kind of shifted with Dex. He's not so much a dick anymore. He's still a dick, but he has this soft spot obviously for Iris, and when he's grumpy, but when he's like in a goofy, silly mood, he's so sweet and kind to her. There's kind of this now forced proximity element because Iris's brother Sunny got involved. They're all like in this biking club, and something happened, so Sunny kind of had to leave, but Sunny was like, I don't trust you home alone because there's like bad guys out there who could get you because they know you're related to me. Sunny was like, go live with Dex for a little bit because he can keep you safe. So now they're living together. They've been living together. She's still like sleeping on the couch, but one day she like slept in the bed with him. and woke up and he was all cuddly and like sweet and cute. So I do like those aspects. Like that's what I'm enjoying in it, like is when they're being sweet and nice to each other. I don't like it when people are mean to each other, okay? The only thing now that's bothering me, like the plot's kind of slow, but that's just Mariana Zapata, so I'm kind of used to it. But the one thing that's really bothering me is Dex treats her like a child. Like some of the parts I'm like, don't say that to her. Like you obviously like her. Don't call her kid. You know, like you guys obviously are gonna fuck in a little bit. Like don't call her gross names. And it's just like he treats her too much like a child. Even though she acts like a child and should be treated like a child sometimes, I don't really think that should be part of the story at all. Like just treat her like a woman that she is. Like he kind of babies her is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. I'm not gonna vlog anything right now because I have 2 minutes left on this memory card. So I'm just gonna start and you guys are gonna have to trust me that I'm gonna read, okay? Okay, bye. The last clip you guys saw, I probably read for like an hour and a half after that. I'm on page 387, chapter 32. My feelings have changed about this book, okay? Because the second Dex kind of dropped the like big bad guy persona, like he's incredible. I do still think it's kind of weird that he sometimes will treat her like a child, but like I think that's just his personality and the way he talks and like his verbiage, the words that he uses with her, like he just treats her so gently. And I think that it was coming off in a weird way as I was reading it. They've already done a few sexual acts, but they have not done it. And I think those have been done really well, but I will say I've noticed the first interaction sexually that they really had together was at his house, and it lasted a good 12 to 15 pages. If I could go back and count, maybe it's like 10 pages. I'm not really sure, but it felt really long. I was like, oh my God, this is being so drawn out. And I feel like usually her sex scenes aren't like that. They're maybe like 4 or 5 pages. They're still long because she's kind of the slow burn. Like you're in Iris's head the whole time. Like I get it. But this one was really long and they didn't even do it. So I think it was not extra, but it was long, and I feel like it's just because it was her first book, so maybe she was like, I'm gonna make this scene last a long time. And that's what she did. It lasted a really fucking long time. Brock and I plan to go get coffee probably in like the next 30 minutes. I'm gonna change and then we'll go get coffee. He'll be working, I'm guessing, and I am going to finish the book. Okay, so we ended up going to get coffee. I ended up not reading. Brock and I just ended up talking the whole time. And then we went to a bookstore. Actually, we went to 2 bookstores. I didn't film anything in the second one, but Brock was looking for some philosophy books. He's been really into reading philosophy recently. So now I'm home and now I'm gonna finish. I'm just gonna binge the last 90 some pages. So all right, you guys, oh my God, I look so oily. Don't mind me. I just spent the last hour and a half finishing the book. I got a little distracted because a friend was texting me, so I was like in and out. That's why it took me a little bit longer than I thought. I finished Under Lock. Let's talk a little bit about this book. Again, this is the 5th Mariana Zapata book I've read. I usually rank them like trophy wise almost, so I'll go over that in a minute. This was the slowest to start Mariana Zapata book that I think I've read so far. I really didn't like Dex's attitude, or Charlie, whatever you want to call him. I didn't really like his attitude for the first like 10%, and I didn't really like Iris for like the first 10% of the book, but then it started to pick up. But I did have a few things that I wanted to point out. I could tell it was her first book, if that makes sense. Like, there were more sex scenes. This is probably the smuttiest MZ book that I've read. Like, there was a lot of smut in this, like 4 or 5 different smut scenes. The conflict at the end, the 3rd act conflict, was not between Dex and Iris. It was between like the third party, the club, the motorcycle club that Dex was a part of. I actually liked the 3rd act conflict because it was very realistic. It wasn't like, oh, there was miscommunication. It was just like, it was because he was a part of like a motorcycle club and something happened. So I actually liked the 3rd act conflict. I thought it was good. It wasn't like between the 2 of them. Like, it was because something happened to her. He was really protective. It was really cute. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the rating. I am gonna rate this 4 out of 5 stars. If I were to rank this on the 5-book scale, I think comes in like 4th place. So my ranking still is All Roads Lead Here, Colty, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, Underlock, and Lukov. I kind of want to reread Lukov because for some reason I'm not, like I remember loving it, but it's out of the 5, it's still not my favorite. It ends up being in like 4th place. It was also the shortest, I think, of all of her books, so that's probably why I didn't like connect as strongly with it. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. I highly recommend picking up Mariana Zapata books if you like slow burns, classic tropes like grumpy sunshine and overprotectiveness, and if you touch her I'll kill you kind of vibe, you know, so yes. Okay, let's put it on my shelf. This is the best part about finishing a book, is getting to put it on my shelf. But there's no room, so I'm gonna have to figure that out so you guys can watch.